The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm going to conduct a sea trial and features inspection of an all-new boat from Robalo, the R302. This replaces the 300 that was very successful for Robalo, and there's been a lot of changes to the interior. So let's start by taking a look at how they've done, and then we'll get around the water. We'll begin with the fishing features that obviously are going to take place right here in this open cockpit, measuring 4 feet 9 inches by 8 feet 3 inches. Robalo moved the transom back to the edge of the live well. We don't have the step going across anymore. That gives us more working room where we need it. There's a tuck-away bench seat so we can enjoy our ride out to the fishing grounds. Along the stern, 2 rod holders and 2 beverage holders, and in the cap rails to both sides there are rod holders and combination rod and beverage holders. The port side quarter, we have a 25-gallon live well with the usual features of rounded corners, colored blue, and it's straining overboard. 50-gallon fish boxes with overboard discharges are to port and starboard. The back of the leaning post includes a 20-gallon live well, a single basin stainless steel sink with a pull-out sprayer, 2 beverage holders just below, a carry-on cooler on a pull-out tray. Over to the starboard side, a tackle sorter. To the port hand side, a drawer and tackle sorters. The hardtop supports come down and integrate into the leaning post. Under the gunnels, there's convenient storage, speakers, under gunnel rod storage, and stainless steel tow rails to add a little bit more safety. Bolsters start at 20 inches and come up to 27 inches. And notice the protective reel guard pads to the sides. To the starboard side bulwarks are the battery switches and main circuit breakers. We can add a panel to create a casting deck forward, and cast netters are going to love this foredeck with its wide layout. On the foredeck to both sides, nav lights, 8-inch pull-up cleats, and in the center there's a hatch with a lift and lock latch. A gas strut holds the hatch open. There's a windlass inside leading out to an anchor roller that's mounted into the deck. There is a freshwater washdown and access to the road just alongside, and we have a cleat to take the strain off of the windlass when the anchor is deployed. Control switches are right on the deck. Well, now let's take a look at the family features, which mostly revolve around the bow of the boat. And as you can see here, Robalo did a great job of redesigning the bow area on the 302. It's got wraparound bolstered, and as we come back, we get into molded areas that the bolsters are supported by. To the back, there's a trash receptacle and storage over to the port side. And notice the rail that starts at midships wraps all the way around to the opposite side.
We also appreciate how Robalo rounded the corners to make them more comfortable to sit in.
A table on a side mount pedestal certainly adds to the functionality of the bow. The table lowers to form a platform, and a filler cushion will turn the entire bow area into a sun pad. In the bow we have a 55-quart built-in cooler and then 40-gallon fish boxes to both sides, and they're self-draining. In the bow there's deep storage that includes dedicated spaces for the table and pedestals. Now, just ahead of the console, we have another seat, and notice that there's a break in 1/3 of it so that we can open up the forward door leading into the head. I'd like to see a gas support strut holding the door in the open position. Inside, a spacious head compartment with 6 feet 2 inches of headroom. The head itself is mounted over onto the port side, which gives us much more room, and we've got a solid surface counter with a single basin sink and a pull-out sprayer. Over to the port hand side, an opening port light for ventilation. Now the Helm has got a significant upgrade for this model year. It starts with the compass mounted into the center. I'd like to see that more in line with the Helm. Just behind is a soft touch brow over an acrylic dash that houses 2 12-inch displays. In the center is a Garmin autopilot. To the sides, 2 more acrylic panels house the push button switches that are lighted when activated. Notice the 2 small cubbies with padded bottoms. Both are self-draining, and my favorite upgrade to the Helm, this wraparound windshield with an opening vent at the top. Above is an electronics box accessed with double latches, and tension hinges hold it open. And notice how the supports are integrated into the windshield and separated from the console so we won't get dirt or water pooling up in this area. As we come down, 3 beverage holders, stereo, spacious glove box with a USB outlet and 12-volt accessory plug. The ignitions are just to the side and well outside the knee strike zone. Here we've got a convenient place for putting your cell phone. The Lemco trim tabs have indicator lights to the sides, and then just below that are the Yamaha engine controls. The stainless steel steering wheel has a nice soft touch grip on the back. Steering knob, notice it's also got the embossed Robalo logo, and it's mounted to a tilt base. Below we have footrest with a slight toe space underneath, and this provides comfort whether we're standing or sitting. The seat, double wide at 53 inches, includes individual flip-up bolsters and flip-down armrests. Just below, subwoofer to the upgraded stereo. The hardtop can be color matched to the hull. It includes pre-rigging for aftermarket outriggers. At the stern, 7 rocket launchers, and look at this, the Wet Sound soundbar is part of the upgraded stereo system.
Spreader lights are fore and aft. Now let's take a look at the numbers. The Robalo R302 has a length overall of 29 feet 2 inches, a beam of 10 feet 6 inches, and a draft of 32 inches. With an empty weight of 8,920 pounds, 17% fuel, and 4 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 10,130 pounds. With the twin Yamaha 300 horsepower V6 4-strokes turning 19 TL 15 1/4 saltwater Series 2 propellers and spooled up to 6150 RPM, our speed topped out at 55.2 miles per hour. Best cruise was measured at 3500 RPM and 30.7 miles per hour. It was at that speed that the combined 16.8 gallon per hour fuel burn translated into 1.8 miles per gallon and a range of 493 statute miles, while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 300 gallon total fuel capacity. We came up on plane in an average 3.7 seconds, accelerated to 20 miles per hour in 5.9 seconds, and 30 miles per hour came and went in 8.7 seconds. She had the strong feel of a solid build, in that crossing wakes and the light chop of our test day showed no hull slap and barely a notice as we transition across waves. She has a light touch to the helm and responds well to inputs, especially the engines that jump to our commands even at the mid-range settings. She has a 21-degree dead rise and a sharp entry that contributes to her good handling characteristics and dry ride. Trim tabs are recessed into the hull, but we didn't use them at all during our tests. We suspect that they'd be most effective offshore or to counter an uneven distribution of weight, which we did not have.
Well, clearly we've got a great handling boat that not only combines fishing features with family fun, it also has the quality that we've come to expect from Robalo, all wrapped up into the R302. And that's my full features inspection and sea trial. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.